Hi there, welcome to this tutorial on SUMIF and SUMIFS. What we have is a scenario where Andrew, Mike, Doug, Ellen and Totty have bought pen, pencil and gum. I don't know why gum is under stationery, but I assume it's a standard at school. Okay, so what we've got is we want to know in total how much Andrew spent on stationery, including gum. So what we've got is we've got a formula called SUMIF, and if you put in SUMIF, it shows you right here what the range, what the formula should look like. So at SUMIF, the range would be your names. That's the range you're looking at. Then your criteria would be a particular name, in this case Andrew, and your sum range would be the amount that they spent on stationery. If you just close brackets and enter, it would enter £10, which is 10.5 for pen and 5 for gum. So we can just click on the box and drag it, and there we go. £9.50 for Mike, which is £7.50 and £2. Now we want a little bit more complicated, which is when Andrew bought a pen, we want to know how much it cost. So a pen, as you can see, cost £5. So we're going to use a formula called SUMIFS because there are two criteria. The sum range would not be an amount that range. You would rather highlight the column and it automatically picks it up. It's just because later on, if you want to add columns, it will add those columns for you. Otherwise you are stuck with that range. Okay, so we've got our sum range. The criteria range number 1 is the column range in the table, and then your criteria 1 is Andrew. Okay, your criteria 2 would be the stationery they bought, and the criteria would be B1, which is a pen. So what it'll do is it'll look at your criteria number 1, criteria number 2, and it comes out with £5. So Andrew bought one pen at £5, and that's all. Now if we drag this one down, you can see that the formula doesn't quite work because Mike didn't have a pencil, but Doug did. Should be £6.60. So what we're going to look at is what the formula did. If you have a look at that A3, that's fine, but it's looking at B2, where it should be looking at B1. So what we have in our formula is we've got a very nice little thing. It's called if you press F4, it's got where you can lock up your column and your row. So it would lock B1, it would lock it to BN1. Now if you just wanted to lock the row, it would be B1, and if you drag it down, it would still be B1. So that is what we want. We want B1. Because as you see, it's A3, and the next one is A4, next one is A5, A6. So all it's done is it's taken B1 and it's locked it into place. Now if we drag this across for Andrew, it does have 0, but then it's also got 0 for gum. So what we need to do is we need to change the formula. The first formula must be A. The first criteria must be A. And the second criteria must be C1. So you'll lock in C1. And then you can just drag it down. Oops, and there we go. We don't have a very good copy. What is strange about Excel is when you copy across, it takes the table, so that your formula, your sum range was amount, and now it's changed it to name. So what you have to do is change that to amount, change that to your first criteria, which is name, and change your second range criteria to stationery. It's a little quirk in Excel, but it's one of the things you have to live with. As you can see, it's done it correctly now, amount. You'll have to do the same with that. So put in amount, put in name, and put in stationery in your second criteria range. Boom. And then if you drag it down, oops, you drag this down, okay. What I haven't done is I haven't changed the first criteria. Did you see that? So I'm going to make it A2 and try again. There we go. So we see that, for instance, Mike had a pencil for £7.50 and he had gum for £2, and there we go, £9.50, and you can check the others. So there we go, SUMIF and SUMIFS.